Good morning. Today is Sunday, June 1st. I'm here with, I'm starting with the Carmen Hass. Went into the ground 11/17/2022. As you could see, it's doing pretty well. Has a nice fruit set. Still dropping fruit, not a whole lot. It's dropping more of the small ones than any of the big ones. This started flowering back in December. Most of the fruitlets from December fell off. This is mostly spring fruit set. It's doing well. Looks good. This is probably my best performing tree. That's why I started off with it. It's doing really well. As you can see, lots of fruit. Lots of fruit. Here, let me pen down. Sorry, not too fast, but here's some of the smaller size fruits that it's dropping. But as you can see, compared to what's hanging on the tree, it's holding the bigger ones. But it's doing well. Doing pretty well. There's fruit all over it, pretty much. But this is the Carmen Hass. Look at this. Jeez. A lot of fruit on it. Let me swing over here. This is a Gwen. This went into the ground 11/1/2023. This is holding fruit as well. Little tiny ones. They dropped most of it. I assume it's gonna drop most of it. But again, this is doing well. Fresh new growth. That's the Gwen. Now I'm right here with the Esther. The Esther, as you could see, I had to put a umbrella. We had 97 degrees 2 days ago, and yesterday was warm too. I didn't really check the temp yesterday, but even though I watered it really well, the leaves are still wilting on this for some reason. It's always done pretty good, but I don't know, we put in new mulch. The whole area's new mulch, so the roots might have gotten disturbed, and maybe that's why it's feeling the heat more, or maybe the color of the mulch just too dark, who knows. But it needs an umbrella, so take care of trees. It was wilted bad. Even though it was being watered. But that's the Esther. We plant over here through the bacon. Bacon's getting watered right now. That's how I water my trees. It's been getting blasted for, I want to say, the past 5 minutes or so. This has a fruit set. There's some small fruit, bigger size fruits. Didn't set a whole lot of fruit. Did set some fruit though. It flowered like crazy, but for whatever reason it doesn't set a lot of fruit. I'm thinking just the B types don't set very much fruit, or who knows. It's full of insects though. Bees, a whole bunch of different pollinators on it, and it still didn't set a lot of fruit. But it's holding some though, which is a good thing. And that's the bacon. Here I am with the gem. A lot of new growth. This set a whole bunch of fruit, but they all fell off. I want to say it's holding maybe like 3 fruit. That's it from all the fruit that it had. I haven't figured this tree out yet. Still young tree. Still small. I can't say it's a mature tree, so I'm not too concerned. This one, and see if it focuses. It might not. There it goes. 11/24 of 2022. I think I had said it went in 2023 the last time, but yeah, this for whatever reason does not want to hold fruit. It holds a few little fruit and then it just drops them at every year, maybe 1 or 2 fruits, that's it. So yeah, like I said, it's still a small tree, and hopefully it I can figure it out, fertilize it and whatnot, but it holds what it wants to hold. Anyhow, that's the gem. And here we are with the lamb. The lamb went into the ground on 3/8 of 2022. So this had a fairly weak flowering, but it did flower. It's holding some fruit. Here, these seem to be like some of the bigger size fruit that it's holding. It's holding more. They're just up on top. I'll pan up right now. It's holding some small fruit hidden in there. It has some fruit here in the lower branches. Not much though. And if you pan up on top is where it's holding most of the fruit. It has a lot of fruit up on top. I don't know how much, but it has a lot of fruit on top. Even though the flowering was weak, but it's doing well. The top's starting to lean a little bit, but I'm noticing a branch is starting to branch out to the side, so which is good. So hopefully it'll balance it out up on top. But I'm letting it do what it wants to do. No more stakes, no nothing. So let's see if I can zoom in a little bit here. Let's see, you can see the little clusters of fruit. Yeah, has a lot of fruit. Has a lot of fruit for a weak flowering. But that's the lamb, guys. Here we are with the Pinkerton. Pinkerton didn't flower this year, which is good. Pinkerton went into the ground on 12/7 of 2022. As you can see, it's very slow growing. I topped it, but even if I would have topped it, it still wouldn't have been much bigger. It was very sparse, very few branching. There's a lot of new growth though. It's coming in. I'm continuing to fertilize every 3 weeks. So I'm using only the Jack's 2020. So that's all I have. So that's what I'm using. I'll use it until I finish that big giant bag. But that's the Pinkerton. It looks good though. It's starting to actually grow leaves and bush out a little bit. Let me pan over here. Hopefully not too fast. This went into the ground on 12/8 of 2024. This is another lamb. As you can see, it's filling in real nice. This flowered a little tiny bit. Very few flowers. Didn't hold any fruit at all. But very young tree. Very young tree, and it's doing really well though. It's already taller than the Pinkerton. So not bad. Let me pan over here. This is the Charwell. Went into the ground on 4/18 of 2023. This flowered, not a whole lot, but it did flower. It had some little fruitlets. Most of them dropped. I think all of them dropped. I haven't really seen any fruit hanging in there, but there might be some, underneath some of the branches here, underneath the leaves and stuff. But not much to say. There's a little tiny fruitlet, but that looks like it's gonna drop. Most of the fruitlets that I had seen were on this branch, and it has none. So, but this is branching out real nice, getting real full. So, but it's doing well. Young trees though, small, still small. Don't expect it to fruit. But that is the Charwell. Here we are with the Gwen. Here, that's Gwen. It's holding on to a fruit. Oh, it has three fruit. A decent size, maybe ping pong, like a ping pong ball, maybe golf ball, sort of, a little bit smaller. And then two little guys down here. But this is in a number 15 pot, and it's doing well. It's doing well. Behind it is the Fuerte. Fuerte's doing well as well. It's starting to grow a lot of branches. I want to get that in the ground pretty soon. But it's doing real well. It's filling out real nice. Right here we have another gem, I believe. Yes, gem. This, as you could see, it's crazy because this is in a number 15 pot, and it's holding more fruit than the gem that's in the ground, that's been in the ground for way longer. Go figure. I don't know. I can't figure it out, but this is a gem with holding quite a bit of fruit. Hopefully it drops. It drops them. I don't want to kill the poor tree. Here we have reed. This reed, it flowered a little bit late. You can see it's holding some little tiny fruit that's a little bit bigger than a BB. But that's about it on that. It doesn't have much fruit, but which is good. It's still in a number 15 pot, so it's doing well. It's greening up real nice. And let me pan over here to the reed that's in the ground. This one in on 3/20 of 2022. This has some fruit. As you can see, it's greening up real nice. If you recall, I topped it, and it has all new growth on top, which came in real nice. Looks like it's branching out real nice, and hopefully it balances the tree out, which it looks like it is. No more stakes on this. It's bushing out real nice. A lot of growth on this tree. Again, all these, every tree is getting fertilized every 3 weeks. So with the Jack's 2020. So the trees in the ground get the whole. It's a 3-gallon watering container that I mix in 2 tablespoons of it. I tried the 3, but it seems like the tips start to burn on the leaves. Like they just get like a little slight burning, so like a drying sort of. But every 3 weeks seems to have worked, and then I cut it back to 2 tablespoons instead of the full tablespoon per gallon. But it's like I said, a 3-gallon watering can, and I mix it in there, 2 tablespoons. So, but the trees in the ground get the full 3 gallons. The potted plants, they split it between two trees. I'll split the 3 gallons between 2 trees. So just so you get an idea of what I'm watering, or how much fertilizer I'm putting on these. So, but again, this is the reed, doing well. As you can see, has some fruit. Hopefully they don't stay real tiny and stunted this year. Last year's fruit that it had, they stood so small, it was kind of nuts. And that's the reason I topped it. It just wasn't doing well. Couldn't figure it out. I upped the watering this year. Maybe that has to do with it, because I was cutting back the watering. Just my watering bill is pretty high, and but now I just upped it again, and maybe it's the watering as well with the fertilizer, combination of fertilizer. Tree trunk seems like it's starting to expand. You could see the cracks in the paint, so that's a good thing. So finally, it's finally expanding a little bit, which is real good. That's what I was hoping for by topping it, to try to get a little bit more energy into the tree trunk, so it builds up some strength. But like I said, it's not staked out anymore or anything, and it's standing straight up on its own. No, it's not bending at the base anymore. But that's the Reed avocado, and that's the update for June 2025. And make sure you water your trees. They even with the heat for whatever reason, that Esther was struggling in the heat, but it's I covered it up, and just having that patio umbrella over it helped it out a lot. It perked up real nice. As soon as it got covered, it started pricking up. So watch out for insects, grasshoppers, tons of I've been killing a lot of grasshoppers. Well, no, I'm not killing them, I'm relocating them. But yeah, there's a lot of insects that are eating up leaves and stuff. So mainly grasshoppers. So water your trees, guys. Try to keep them hydrated. Have a great day.